people at the theme park look up to see a worrying sight.
People visit amusement parks to have a great time with their families and to make some happy memories. But sometimes those memories can become traumas you want to forget completely. But before we dive into it, make sure to subscribe to our channel to watch more failures and amusement park related videos. The spinning ride failure that threw passengers mid-rotation.
One by one, the bolts shear off. The entire upper structure with 16 people breaks away from the tower and begins falling. Imagine that sound, metal crashing into asphalt, screams cut short. The silence after impact that lasts forever.
The spinning rides in the amusement park are considered quite entertaining and thrilling. But one of the most terrifying types of amusement park accidents that was recorded on camera occurred on these spinning rides. Centrifugal force is quite strong in such circular rides, and it can turn a simple mechanical failure into a deadly projectile event. In an infamous incident, which was caught clearly on camera, a high-speed spinning park attraction malfunctioned halfway through its operation and caused an entire section of seats to detach. This break happened so fast that riders were thrown outward, but the remaining structure continued rotating uncontrollably. The footage captured bodies flying through the air and falling on the ground while bystanders were ducking for cover. The ride continued running and eventually stopped due to friction with smoke rising from its central axis. This video circulated globally within hours of being uploaded online and became one of the most rewatched and studied pieces of evidence about this incident. Safety officials used it as a base to reform the spinning ride maintenance schedules and safety rules. The haunted castle inferno, captured through smoke and panic.
The 8 victims were all from the same group of friends. Among the dead were 18-year-old Nicola Kayatsa, 17-year-old Joseph Beruti, 15-year-old Tina Genovese, 18-year-old Eric Rodriguez, 17-year-old Samuel Valentin, 17-year-old Lenny Ruiz, 17-year-old Jose Carrion.
Theme park guests used to rely on handheld camcorders to capture their fun-filled moments before high-definition cameras used to exist. On a normal night, a horror-themed walk-through attraction suddenly erupted in flames, and those cameras just unintentionally documented one of the deadliest park disasters in the entire history of amusement parks. Early footage shows how families were laughing and unaware of the smoldering foam, which was inside the building, only moments away from igniting as they were entering the spooky maze to have a normal fun time. When the fire broke out, thick black smoke filled the air from every gap in the structure. Visitors outside the castle were recording this whole incident in confusion as they could not figure out what was happening. The crowds were screaming.
And next, a strobe room complete with pumped-in smoke and walls painted to appear as if they were in flames. And at the end of the flame-smoke corridor, a Satan character appeared, holding the masks of comedy and tragedy.
The staff was running down, and the smoke was rapidly consuming the whole attraction. Nothing about this incident looked staged or theatrical, and that realization hit onlookers when the firefighters arrived. Cameras were shaking from the frantic hands that were trying to make sense of the situation while recording it. Those shaky recordings now serve as vital historical evidence of how fast-moving and disastrous the fire was inside that poorly regulated structure. Those videos also revealed the confusion and lack of emergency planning, which brought about the revolution in fire safety laws nationwide. The broken swing ride catastrophe captured from 2 angles. Swing rides are designed to lift and spin riders through the air in a wide circle to give them thrilling fun. But one malfunctioning arm created a moment that was quite horrifying and was also captured from multiple angles. This ride incident went viral and circulated on the internet for years. Visitors near the attraction recorded everything as one supporting arm fractured during the swing rotation. Chairs flew wildly, and the entire ride tilted at a dangerous angle before collapsing completely. Cameras caught some riders being thrown toward the ground, while others are seen clinging desperately to the chains, hoping to save their lives. People scream while running away, and some of them even dropped their phones during recording, which created shaky footage. but some of them still managed to capture the scale of this disaster. Investigators later used those recordings to piece together the sequence of mechanical failures that ultimately led to major changes in inspection standards for carnival rides. These videos became educational material for the amusement safety engineers and proved how valuable real-time footage can be for determining the root cause of a catastrophic failure. The Ferris wheel passenger rescue gone terribly wrong.
Time now for our index and a terrifying fall from an amusement park ride caught on camera. A worker at a fair in Greensboro, North Carolina, trying to rescue two children from a Ferris wheel after their car tilted out of position, the car giving way and the man falling off. You see it there.
Ferris wheels are typically considered peaceful attractions, moving at a slow speed while offering great scenic views from tall heights. But one incident filmed on camera transformed a routine rescue operation into a gut-wrenching tragedy. Footage showed a gondola being stuck near the top of a massive wheel while the firefighters were attempting a delicate rescue mission. Crowds recorded this entire scene from below as a rescue platform ascended toward a frightened passenger who had been trapped for nearly an hour. Then, unexpectedly, the gondola's locking mechanism failed. Cameras captured the horrifying fall as the car dropped several feet and struck the rescue platform before swinging violently. The stunned crowd was gasping as the gondola continued to rock uncontrollably. The footage became crucial evidence showcasing mechanical wear that was previously overlooked. Engineers relied heavily on these recordings to understand the final moments of the failure, and this incident prompted upgrades in Ferris wheels along with reforms in mandatory rescue protocol. The Verrückt waterslide disaster, filmed by witnesses.
Action Park in Vernon, New Jersey experienced several accidents over a short period of time. The causes of the tragedies were the terrible technical conditions of the amusement rides, clutter-free employees, and a complete lack of management control. 6 people have died in the history of the park. 1 died of an electric shock.
The world's tallest water slide, known as the Verrückt waterslide, was marketed as a marvel created by engineers. Its promotional videos showcased heart-stopping speeds and record-breaking design. But its dark reality was revealed by home footage, which was captured on smartphones. Visitors filmed rafts going airborne, skidding sideways and slamming against protective netting during the test runs, which were long before the fatal incident occurred. But still, the ride remained open for people without reconsidering their safety rules. On the tragic day of the accident, multiple spectators were recording the raft as it launched from the first massive drop. But what happened next was totally disturbing. The raft hit the second hill at a very high fast, lifted off the slide entirely, and collided with overhead metal supports. Witnesses started screaming as they dropped their phones, or they just froze mid-recording while capturing the chilling aftermath of this ride failure. News stations replayed the clips repeatedly during the investigation to highlight how the rides are unsafely designed and how it was already visually apparent long before this fatal disaster. The footage ultimately became an undeniable evidence in the court case against the amusement park case, which revealed just how the warnings were overlooked. The Big Dipper coaster collapse caught in real time. Roller coasters are considered one of the most favorite rides in amusement parks. Vintage roller coasters have an old-school charm, but beneath the aesthetics of these rides, there could be decades of hidden structural stress lurking to snap out at any moment. One such example came from a beloved wooden coaster whose deterioration went unnoticed for too long. Family cam recorders and early new cameras captured the early joyful anticipation in riders as they were boarding the iconic coaster on that day. What happened afterwards shocked the entire nation. As the train descended a hill and entered a curved section of track, an important wooden beam that was supporting the ride collapsed suddenly. The entire front portion of the train derailed from its track and plunged downward at high speed, and the riders got totally terrified. They were thrown away from their seats.
The last carriage wheel caused the entire train to go off the rails. The previous wagon started to wiggle heavily, encountering supporting structures and throwing passengers against a concrete column. 3 people from this car died.
The screams, splintering wood sounds, and sudden dust clouds made this more terrifying, which was recorded by shocked witnesses. Rescue teams were filmed frantically rushing through the wreckage to save the injured, while panicked visitors were looking in disbelief at what had just happened. The footage became instrumental in exposing the severe structural neglect that was the reason behind this scary and painful tragedy. Entire countries tightened their safety rules in all amusement parks, especially for wooden coasters, based on these disturbing visuals for the safety of the riders. If you like watching amusement park failure videos, then do subscribe to our channel for more videos. The fatal maintenance tragedy on a high-speed coaster.
A 38-year-old man is now dead after being hit by a roller coaster at Kings Island last week. The Hamilton County Coroner's Office confirms the man died at the University of Cincinnati Medical Center on Friday.
A roller coaster is a wild ride that is a mixture of fear and fun. Mostly, tragic accidents occurring on roller coaster rides involve bad things happening to the passengers. But one of the most shocking and horrible incidents of roller coaster ride history happened to a maintenance worker. Usual recordings from park visitors captured a roller coaster running at high speed without knowing that a park employee had entered the restricted area for some maintenance. The coaster ride went on, moving towards the worker, and a few seconds later, there was chaos everywhere. The train struck the worker at full speed, and the crowd's horrified reactions were recorded on camera in real time. From screams to shouts for help and people running from the scene, everything was preserved on video. Park staff immediately shut down the ride, and rescue teams started rushing in. But the footage revealed the devastating gaps in communication between the ride's controlling staff and workers. It also showed weak safety protocols. Clips of this horrible scene were used in investigations and employee training videos for several years after the occurrence of this incident. This incident teaches how a single miscommunication can lead to irreversible, heartbreaking consequences. The sinking paddleboat tragedy at a leisure park.
It's just really loud. Park audio.
Mostly amusement park accidents occur on high-speed thrill rides that are entertaining and also dangerous looking. But some also happen on calm water rides that are designed for quiet relaxation and simple fun time. Families were filming themselves while they were boarding onto a gentle pedal boat attraction on a very peaceful afternoon. Nothing about this ride seemed dangerous on the outside, but hidden beneath the water's surface, there was a mechanical flaw that no one saw. As the boat reached the midpoint of its ride in that man-made lake, witnesses of this incident began recording an unusual tilt in the vessel. The video captured the boat that started sinking rapidly, and the passengers were screaming for help. Parents are also seen struggling to keep their children above water to save their lives, while bystanders are shouting instructions from the shore to help people. These recordings also showed the lack of life vests, slow response times by the park staff, and the panic of guests who were expecting a safe, tranquil ride. This footage sparked debate worldwide about water safety regulations for rides, emergency preparedness of park staff, and the illusion of safety on seemingly harmless attractions. The Superman Tower of Power Freefall Horror. The Superman Tower of Power stood as a signature drop ride for years that promised a feeling of weightlessness, an adrenaline rush, and breathtaking views. On a warm afternoon in June, cameras were rolling and filming the riders being raised into the sky, who were completely unaware of the catastrophe about to happen a few moments later. As the gondola rose, a tension cable violently snapped during the lift and whipped across the seats with terrifying speed. The aftermath of this cable failure was immediate chaos in the whole park. This entire scene stunned the bystanders whose phones were documenting this completely horrific moment, where the ride's cable is seen to lash into the gondola. Screams from riders filled the air, which was followed by shouting from the onlookers who froze as the tragedy happened right in front of their eyes. Footage of this horrific moment quickly spread across the world, sparking outrage and forcing theme parks everywhere to reevaluate their cable-based rides for the safety of people. It became one of the most replayed and studied moments in the entire history of theme park accidents. It was a chilling reminder of how sudden mechanical failure can lead to life-changing consequences. These devastating incidents remind us that even the most thrilling attractions come with real risks. Footage captured by witnesses has helped shape modern ride safety, preventing tragedies and saving lives. If you enjoyed watching this video, don't forget to subscribe to our channel to watch more interesting amusement park breakdown videos.